Hey, Facebook Live, it's Laurie Forster, the wine coach, and I have convinced Chef Forster to join me on Facebook Live so you can see what he's doing with our turkeys. He said it's okay to have a glass of wine this early since I'm kind of just here to facilitate. So I'm drinking a little Beaujolais Nouveau, as some of you might have experienced last night. So we're going to show you how Chef brines the turkey. Take it over.
Brining the turkey, and then we're going to carve a breast. So the first thing I did, I made my brine solution, which is a solution of salt, brown sugar, bunch of herbs, garlic, spices. Any brine solution, you want to add spices that you like, the flavors that you like. So it kind of all depends on what you're looking for. You can do pumpkin spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, that kind of thing, or you can go more garlicky, herby kind of brine. Again, depends on what you like.
We're talking brining your turkey.
So make your brine, which is a basic salt solution, salt sugar solution. I have a 10-pound bag of ice. I'm pouring it into.
Nice.
Sorry for the noise.
Ice, baby.
Into the cooler. And then I'm just going to pour the warm brine right over the top of that.
All right. I think our turkey is going to make its first appearance here in a moment. We're talking brining turkey. We put the brining liquid that's hot in with the ice. Now what?
Then I'm adding some apples, already cut up, some oranges.
Ooh, I can do this.
And then I have sage and thyme.
Perfect.
Depending on how hot your brining solution is,
There we go. All right, that's what it looks like, people.
you may or may not need to add more water into that. Which I'm definitely going to add more water.
And I'm just going to drink wine. If you guys have any questions, chat us in the chat window. Anything about cooking a turkey, we're actually showing you the brining process right now. I'm getting pushed out of the way because I'm a little useless on the cooking front. But here's our turkey. You see the turkey in the cooler. He's got the warm brining liquid with the ice. And you're going to see exactly how Chef does it. This is for our turkey for Thanksgiving. And then we have a cooked turkey that Chef is going to show you the right way to carve because they're most probably doing it wrong.
All right, so the first thing you do is you take your gizzards out, which you'll have probably a sack of gizzards in the neck portion under the skin flap, and then you'll have your neck actually stuffed into the cavity, and then you just leave the bird exactly how it comes to you, legs locked and everything, and you put it breast side down.
That's a big bird. That is a very big bird.
This is about a 21-pound bird. Breast side down into your brining solution and wiggle it to try to get it as far into that ice water as possible.
All right. And if you have any questions about cooking or carving a turkey, chat them up in the window because we're getting ready to answer those and carve a turkey the right way.
Now, because we like to have lots of leftovers, I'm also going to be doing a turkey breast, just the breast. What I do so it
He's
sits,
a boob man.
What I do so it sits better is I take off the back completely, just go right down the rib section, and then that way it'll sit nice and flat into a small roasting pan. And then again, I put that breast side down.
Woohoo!
And work it into the brining solution.
There you go. There's a view of our turkeys being brined as we speak. Now, how long does this have to sit in the solution?
Now, the breast, just the breast, will sit in for about 12 hours. And the turkey, the big turkey, I'm going to leave in for 24 hours.
Okay. All right. So what questions do you guys have about carving a turkey, cooking a turkey, stuff it or not stuff it? Chat us up in the window. Let us know what you want to know about turkeys. Any questions about pairing wine with turkey? Because to me, that's one of the most important steps. We are finishing our brining solution, and then we're going to have Chef carve up a cooked turkey that we need to get over to our daughter Michaela's school by 11 o'clock for the Thanksgiving party. The time crunch is on, people. All right, how we doing on the brine?
So I'm just making sure that the bird's nice and submerged. There's plenty of ice around the top because that water that I added in was a little warm.
Here, let me give you another view of the actual.
And then what I'll do is, when I take this out in 12 hours, the breast out in 12 hours, if I need to, I'll add more ice to make sure that this stays nice and cold. You want to keep it at that like nice 40 degree, 36 degree temperature.
All right.
Range.
And this will just be outside, given the cool temperature?
I'm going to put it out in the garage, which right now the thing said 50 degrees, so it's almost like a refrigerator out there.
Great.
So that's going to help. I'm also going to put the top on. It's in the cooler to keep it cold. So that's how that works.
All right. Perfect. Now we're going to give you a little seminar on properly carving a turkey. Now that we showed you the brining process, chef's going to carve the turkey that's going to my daughter's school today for the Thanksgiving feast. Do you have any questions about carving a turkey, wine pairing with turkey? Just chat me up in the window. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, please share it on Facebook or like my page, The Wine Coach. So we're moving on to the next phase here with our, by the magic of television, our turkey that's all cooked and ready to go. All right, Chef, what do we have? He's got his booze block. Gotta have that.
So what we have is our nice roasted turkey breast. This is just the breast.
Are you seeing a theme here? Just the breast.
You roast it for whatever time it says on your package. I did 325 for almost 3 hours.
Okay.
Then we're going to
Cheers to that.
lift our turkey out. That's hot.
That is
Most importantly, what you want to make sure you do is let your bird rest at least 10-15 minutes, preferably longer, before you start carving it. That helps the juices redistribute into your bird.
That goes with any meat, right?
Yes, any meat that you roast you want to let rest so it can redistribute.
All right, now's the magic.
So here's your bird. You have your breastbone going down, and then you have your two breasts. Your wishbone is up here. So what you want to do is you want to go down each side of your breastbone.
Turn that around so you can kind of see.
So breastbone's right here. I went down each side. And then what I want to do is I'm looking to feel for the wishbone, which luckily for me on this one it's broken.
Uh-oh, that isn't lucky.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down to the next bone that I feel, which would be a leg bone, and turn your knife so you go from a vertical cut to a horizontal almost cut.
Is there a way to turn that around? Yeah.
And then you can see how
And-
it just comes off.
Now, most people go and cut on the outside of the breast and start from the outside in. Why isn't that right? That's how I've always seen it done in the past.
When you start carving like this from the breast out, well, outside in, you're actually cutting with the grain. So it's going to make your turkey seem stringy and dry.
Not good.
Not good.
Stringy and dry, not something we want. Really for anything. Hair, turkey.
Hair.
Well, you know us ladies, we think about our hair.
I'm not used to eating hair. So any part that I do cut off and I'm not going to use, I put into a pot of water, which is going to end up being my stock for the day. If you want, you can go out, buy a package of turkey legs, put it into a big pot of water with some carrots, onions, celery, and just make a turkey stock. That will be used for basically your whole day. Basting your turkey, making your stuffing, the whole 9 yards. Get that going now. It'll be ready in about 8 hours with some really good flavor in there.
Nice.
So what I did was I go down the breastbone, I make my turn, and then it kind of comes off. And the last cut you want to make is right underneath. Now, you'll see a bunch of meat on here, you can either pick that off and put it on your breast or on your platter with the rest of the turkey, or you can make turkey soup with this.
Yum. That's a great idea.
Or your turkey stock.
All right. Stick it in the pan for our turkey stock. Love it. So
Yes.
now you've removed the breasts, and what would be if you don't go from the outside in? What is the right way to cut it?
So
with the grain,
the
or
right way
against
to
the
cut
grain?
it is always. Let me get the right knife.
We need the right knife. What kind of knife do you guys? Oh, what do you think about? We always used electric knives when we were cutting Thanksgiving turkey. What do you think about electric knives?
I have one. It's fun, but it's not practical.
Fun but not practical. Anything that's a power tool he likes, but I guess it's not good for the turkey.
No. Well, it's not that it's not good. It's just instead of slicing it, it's sawing it.
Okay. Hey, Jeff Brandis.
What up, dude? So I have a nice, sharp, long slicing knife. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the thin side of the breast, the small side of the breast, the bottom of the heart, you could say. And I'm going to cut on a bias going up towards where the wing section would be. So it's very...
Now, he likes to cut his turkey thick. Some people like their turkey cut thin. Is there any rhyme or reason to that, or it's just what you prefer?
It's just what I prefer, and most people do it that way because it's so much easier just to cut it thicker.
Now, while you're cutting, I have a couple questions that people were chatting me up yesterday. Do you cook your birds stuffed?
I do not cook them stuffed. Mainly two reasons. One, I don't like the stuffing that comes out. I think it's too soggy.
Okay.
And number two, there's more chance of foodborne illness when you cook them stuffed.
What do you put inside the turkey when you cook it, if not stuffing?
I will stuff apples, oranges, any kind of whole fruit, really. What you're looking for is something that will give off steam as it's cooking. And that helps
Something that will give off steam, people.
That keeps the bird super moist as it's cooking.
I guess there's no way to stuff it with wine. That would be interesting. Maybe wine-soaked fruit.
Wine-soaked fruit.
That would be
Make
fun.
a sangria.
Make a sangria. There you go. All right. What about the turkeys that you buy? Is there any rhyme to reason? Can I just go to the Giant, pick up any old oven stuffer, turkey roaster, whatever it is?
You can. The one thing that you want to do is, especially if you're brining your bird, you want to find an all-natural bird that hasn't been processed with any kind of additives.
Hey, Kathleen.
So you'll see some birds say 5% sodium solution. Well, that
Okay.
means it's already had salt injected into the meat.
Oh. So don't get that if you're brining.
Don't get that if you're
brining.
brining, otherwise your bird's going to be super moist or super salty.
Super. Now, someone was saying last night when we were doing our virtual happy hour that their niece is always cooking the turkey and it's always bone dry. How do you prevent a dry turkey?
You want to make sure you take it out before it gets overcooked. That's the number one killer of turkey is too much heat.
And so what is that?
So
How do you know?
The perfect serving temperature for a turkey is technically 170.
Okay.
I say 165. And in order to reach that 165,
165.
you want to take that bird out before it reaches 165 because it will continue to cook as it's sitting on the counter.
So what temperature take it out
I usually aim for taking it out at 155 and let it carry over the 10 degrees. It might go a little bit higher, but it won't go that much higher that it's going to
All
really...
right. Get your turkeys out at 155 if you don't want it to be dry.
So I took the skin off of this breast just so you can kind of see what I want to show you about carving with and against the grain. So if you're carving from the outside in, you're carving like this, you can see that that would just make stringy pieces of meat. If you look very closely, the grains of the meat are going like this. So that's why I always say carve from the bottom of the heart on a diagonal back to where the wing would be. This is where the wing would be attached. So you're carving like this.
Isn't he amazing, people? Let's give it up for Chef Forster. Some hearts, please. People, give us some hearts for Chef.
So you're carving like this. So you're going against the grain, and you're going to end up with a nice, juicy piece of meat. You also want to take off any pieces of fat and stuff you see as you're carving.
Awesome. Well, I think we have about 15 minutes to get this turkey totally done, wrapped, and over to the school by the time of Michaela's Thanksgiving party at school. So we're going to have to hop off. If you guys have any more turkey cooking, stuffing, or other Thanksgiving questions, you can chat them up in the window even after we stop going live. And thanks, Jeff. Jeff said it was amazing.
Thanks, Jeff.
Buddy. We'd love to hear your questions. We'll be answering them all through Thanksgiving. Thanks for hopping on Facebook Live. Like the Wine Coach, and we'll be on here again soon. Happy Thanksgiving from the Forsters to you guys. Cheers. HeCooksSheWines.com. Cheers.